So I do not have a presentation in a PowerPoint form. This is the first time because I've always worked with presentations. So I said, you know what? The topic was such that I just couldn't. I don't have the courage to amass it into one form yet. So go at it. So the topic that I chose was meditation, and I have always hit this wall with it. And I felt that my inquiry with what is meditation, how can I meditate, it seems too idealistic. What am I going to attain? There were all these questions that I've been through in my life on the question of meditation. Until about 6 years ago, when as I was going through a lot of things, I went back to yoga very, very mindfully, and I felt this amazing space and stillness when I held every posture. And so I felt that was for me meditation. And then as I attended this course, I felt this is the time to face your fears. What is this meditation about? So I just thought I'll share that with you. And if I can just request you to just close your eyes and hold your hands in a namaskar mudra for just 1 second. I'd love to start with this experience, with experienced souls as yourselves. So I just want to say, if you can just take a deep breath in and out, and I just want to say that let us hold duality of light and darkness. Let us seek truth and compassion in self and others. You can open your eyes now. So this for me is meditation. I'd like to own it and control it with my words. I'd love to make it simple so it fits on my day. And I'd love for it to have affirmations with the niyam and the yam that I've signed myself up for, which is Satya and Tapas. And so I just wanted to offer this prayer to you, and I thank you for allowing me space to express that. I do have one small nididhyasana, if I may, and my nididhyasana is, as you listen to my next 4 minutes, hopefully I have 4, for you to just be aware of the sensations in your body, and I'll define these sensations as itching, pain, discomfort, ache, twitch, anything, any bodily sensation and movement. And as any thoughts come into your mind, along with emotions that come into your mind, as you hear me. So just for the next 4 minutes, if you could do that. Just be very conscious of your body and your thoughts and their emotions. So what is this mind science, right? What is this mind? What's brain? So Western scientists, as I have read and heard from Sandeep, the brain is really is not just the organ which is in your head, but it's also a network of nerves that runs through our body. And so when you say your brain, try and say it in a more expansive way. See it in a more expansive way, which is the organ in your head and the nerves through your body. also the biochemicals, right, as they flow. What is that in itself is the brain. What is the mind, right? And a lot of people have defined the mind as a manifestation of the brain. That houses thoughts, emotions. And so the Western belief has been that if we put MRI and make connections and see the electrical waves that gets activated as we think through the day, we'll be able to understand what is the brain and how it activates the mind. The connection between the brain and the mind is one of the biggest mysteries in the world. How does thought emanate is the inquiry that the Western scientists hold. The Eastern philosophers, the Eastern scientists, looked at it more from a perspective of, very interestingly, they said, you know what, instead of putting these instruments, nothing right and wrong, let us teach meditation to each individual. Let each be the scientist of their mind. And so the practice just deepens. So what is meditation, right? And Krishna has explained this in the Gita, and I'd love to quote him because he doesn't, can't say the words as much as he does, as well as he does. So here in this paragraph, he's defining it as an highest ideal, right? Let him who would climb in meditation to the heights of the highest, union with the Brahman, take for his path the yoga of action. Then when he nears that height of oneness, his act will fall from him. His path will be tranquil. I mean, think of this. This is like highest ideal. It's almost like you're climbing the Himalayas, right? And then for what end, right? So for what end? And in that, he seems to be opening for us and showing us that the most important, the ultimate weapon that human power has is will. And so when Krishna defines will or talks about will, he puts it immediately to a purpose, because in my mind, he sees it to be very powerful and highly destructive, but also very positive. And so he puts this energy immediately to use when he says, what is man's will and how shall he use it? Let him put forth its power to uncover the Atman, not hide the Atman, to uncover the Atman. So,
7 minutes.
Sorry?
7 minutes.
Oh, really? All right. If I can just take 2 more minutes, please. And you know what? So I will share this document. So I'd love for people to read and comment. So I think, in a sense, what he's saying is, look, it's really high ideal. That's the sense I was getting. It's a Himalayan climb. You uncover your. It's so juicy that you uncover your own Atman. And the end state is who burns with bliss and suffers the sorrow of every creature, within his own heart. And so through this meandering path of reading through these lines, I was like, whoa, you've got to be kidding me, right? And which is kind of affirmed the fact that why I didn't meditate for all these years, or I felt that I didn't meditate. But as I reflected, I think in small actions you can. And so I won't get into the question and answer that Arjun had mentioned, but just as a quick synopsis. So the question and answer between Arjun and Krishna. Arjun, very practically said, so when you're seeking to meditate, you're leaving the worldly sense, and then you're moving towards this Brahman state. And it's hard, and I'm, certainly paraphrasing. And so you're neither here, you're neither there. That doesn't leave me anywhere, right? And so Krishna to that said, very sweetly, he said, it is the seeker that's important. It's in the seeking that is important. And so it's important to seek. So I felt that there was light in that for me. And so as I seek, I just wanted to offer that while it is the highest ideal, while it is the highest climb within the mountain that is inside you, and there are many ways to meditate, what I wanted to offer was a way to meditate that blends with daily life, which is, as you go through your day, I would love to offer what you could do as I'm doing, is really observe the body sensations and the itches, the pains, the aches as you go through your body, as you say your words, as you do your daily tasks. And then hear yourself, right? So in the Shranan and Manan, hear yourself and observe the quality of your emotions. So question, what's the quality of the thought that I just spoke? Is it of the past? Is it of the future? Is it pleasant? Is it unpleasant? What's the narrative, right? So have that, and then as I'm doing, and then just also in that thought, observe the breath, the quality of breath. Interesting. When I spoke those shallow words, my breath was shallow. And so, as I have been practicing these 3 steps for myself during the day, right? It was just to wind up. I felt that it opens a lot, and the climb is hard and it's deep. But I just want to leave you with the thought that there is an urgency to this meditation, and the urgency is that in today's world, where there is technology and there's a lot to be done, and we are enwrapped in our daily tasks, chores, responsibilities, passions, purpose. We need to understand ourselves. This is really key. We need to understand ourselves before algorithms do, before Google does, before AI does. This is the climb that we need to do. And so I just thought I'd offer you something that you could do during the day, which is what I'm practicing. And therefore meditation can be such an integral